Do 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 do. Hey, listener, my father was a gambler down in Georgia, and he wound up on the wrong side of a gun. I was born in the back seat of a Greyhound bus.
What? Chris, you were not born in the back of a Greyhound bus.
Yeah, rolling down Highway 41.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Chris, now you're just rambling.
No, I'm just over here trying to make a living, doing the best I can.
Yeah, don't think that's working out very well, babe.
Gina, when it's time for leaving,
Yes.
uh,
Watch it.
uh,
Think about this.
I lost my train of thought.
Of course. Listener, we hope you'll understand. It's The Riveted with Chris and Gina.
We have very, very cool guests tonight,
Yes.
Gina.
We do. Very important guest tonight.
Important and cool.
Yes. Cool.
Well, here's the thing I'm most excited about.
Okay,
is that
tell me.
Given my southern drawl, I know that I can pronounce their names.
Oh, you think?
Yeah,
Are you sure about this?
absolutely.
All right, do it.
I'm not going to yet.
Oh. You gonna make them sit back and wait?
Well, I mean, we're going to introduce them properly and everything, but I'm just excited to be able to say their cool travel name, their socials
Yes.
name and stuff, because it's just going to roll off my tongue.
Okay. Roll off.
I think it will.
Oh, I sure hope so.
Yeah, listener, this is another evening podcast record. We're loving those, and
We're
with
really digging it.
Here's the little backstory secret on that deal, though, is, it is summertime and it's hot. And so we have to turn the air conditioner off in order to record these.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So it's nice to do that when it's later in the evening.
Yeah.
The sun's starting to go down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we, listener, have got some folks on with us that, like a lot of our guests, we've not met them in person yet, but we have followed each other on social media a bunch. And of course, if you're an avid Airstream club member or social media follower with all things Airstream, you've seen their names a lot, and especially his name as of late.
Recently.
Because he's...
you may or may not have voted for him.
Possibly, maybe.
Yes.
Never know. Everybody voted for him.
You think? I did. I voted.
Well, anyway, yes. So
I didn't get my little sticker that said I voted.
Oh, they don't do that.
Oh, they don't?
I don't think so.
Well, I was really disappointed, but I feel better now that I know that they don't.
So we've got the Hamblins.
You said the Hamblin.
Well, I'm leading up to the full thing.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bill and Francis.
We do.
And what I wanted to say, what I've been looking forward to say with my southern drawl
Do
is
it right now.
that the Ramblin Hamblins are on the Riveted with Chris and Gina. Welcome to the Riveted, you guys.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you.
Yes.
You said that perfect.
Ramblin Hamblins.
It was made for a Southern accent.
It is.
Yeah, but you know what? You should hear him when he's singing it in the shower.
Yeah, I've been doing that some too. But I've been looking so forward to having you guys on the podcast and being able to say your cool name, and
the socials.
Yeah. And I'm going to say it again.
Do it again.
Ramblin Hamblins. I'm kind of leaving out the B. I'm kind of skipping over the B.
Oh, do it again. Let me hear.
Ramblin Hamblins. That's
Yeah.
maybe a little better.
Yeah.
I don't even know how we came up with that. I think it was just
It
it
sounded
rhymed.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It made sense.
Extremely creative,
It
I
is.
think.
I think it's fun.
Well, we are very happy to have you, and like we were kind of alluding to in the intro there, Bill, you just recently got voted into the Executive Council for the Airstream Club, so congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you. I'm waiting to see what that's going to be like.
I'm sure it's going to be awesome.
You mean you haven't signed any papers yet or anything? Made any major decisions?
Yeah.
No, we just I guess we did some major decisions this past week or last week. We just did we voted for the international officers.
Yes.
So that was the first, I guess, real thing we did. and then we got
Officially
installed into office because our term starts August 1st.
Oh,
So
very cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
getting ready to hit the ground running.
Yeah.
And so at International, they're doing like
They do like a
a
ceremonial.
ceremonial installation at the opening ceremony.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll make it feel more official, right?
Yeah.
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 You gotta wear like business casual.
I know they said business casual or something.
Business casual.
Who carries around business casual clothes with them?
Well, I mean, you gotta have that every so often.
Okay.
Well, we just are happy for you for that, because I mean, I know that anybody that volunteers at that level of the club, you know, is passionate about Airstream, passionate about the community, and it would have really kind of sucked had you not gotten voted in.
You kidding? It would have sucked to live with him in a 25-foot trailer had he not made it.
Yeah, that's true. So, what part of the world are you guys in right now?
We're just outside of Philly.
Yeah, but on the Jersey side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
cool.
about 20 minutes outside of Philadelphia.
So you're
so this year we're doing Mid-Atlantic area. Just because now we kind of plan our travels around where the international rally is going to be. So yeah, I had no idea it was so hot and humid up here. Like, I just thought that only happened in Florida.
I was gonna say, I bet it is a little stuffy up there, especially if you're anywhere around the bigger urban areas.
Yeah, I mean, and we've been here a week, and we just came out of DC. We were there for a couple of weeks over the 4th of July, and we had a couple of 100-degree days while we were there.
Ooh.
So it was pretty nasty, pretty brutal.
Yeah. Wow. Well, it is a important and beautiful part of the United States for sure, and it's cool. It looks like you're kind of like swooping in and staging to roll into York, Pennsylvania in a few weeks. So you're spending time in that area.
Yeah, we've worked our way kind of just up the coast since we left Florida back in March. We hit the Region 3 rally, Region 4 rally on our way up.
But it's also kind of like our revolutionary.
Yeah, it's been like American History Tour.
American History Tour.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
We did Williamsburg, Virginia, Jamestown, Norfolk.
Yeah, we just hit a lot of.
And then DC, and then
now a lot
up here,
of historically
Philly,
significant places for either the Revolutionary War or the Civil War.
Yeah.
And then especially when we get up into York and we're right around the corner from Gettysburg and things like that. So
right,
there'll be more of that.
I never used to enjoy history, like in high school and everything. I absolutely hated it, and it wasn't until like we kind of got out of our bubble that I was starting to appreciate history more. And I think part of it's just because you get to actually see it. It's like it's not entertaining to just read about it in a book, but then to be able to actually see it firsthand.
Yeah, go there.
Yeah.
Spot.
I absolutely agree with you. And I say that for two reasons. And, a lot of times the kids in maybe, I guess they consider that middle school now. Back when I was young, it's called junior high. But they did trips where they'd bus the kids up to DC or somewhere, and you got to do tours for a couple of days and then come back home. And that was always cool. But, you just kind of, you were more interested in being with a whole bunch of your friends walking around that you didn't pay that much attention. But we took our granddaughter and did some trips, and she actually pointed out to us things that we weren't really paying that much attention to. We were just trying to find activities for her. And like she would point out that we were on the Lewis and Clark Trail, or she pointed out, a battle happened here. Did y'all know that? And we'd ask her, say, well, how do you know that? And she said, well, we've studied it in school, but I didn't know where it was. And I'm like, well, here we are. So then we started going around and letting her actually experience the area and read some of the placards that they had out, or, the info signs and stuff. She would love that. And so I think you're right. I think, adults or kids alike, I feel like whenever you can step out of the books that you're reading, step out and actually see, feel, touch, smell, then, it brings it all more home to you.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. It means more. I like that.
Well, and the fact that, as a full-time RVer, being able to go and see this beautiful country, with your home in tow,
Mm-hmm.
is something that, if you don't take that kind of opportunity, you won't see it all in your lifetime.
Oh, no, you can't. There's not enough time.
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
We've been to places that we would have never taken off work to take a vacation there, right?
Right.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't have thought that it would be as cool or as relaxing. And I mean, we've stayed in some small towns that we would have
Never. Yeah.
never traveled to.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, I mean, just being able to see all that stuff. And then, even just like going to DC, we spent 3 weeks there so that we could see as much as we could, but also like space it out. I mean, you can only do
Right.
so many museums
Well,
in
and
like
that's true.
in a day. Like, you can't even
Mhm.
take in everything.
Right. And for the people who aren't full time and they have a week or 2 weeks at a time, they can't, you're right, they can't get everything in. So they have to pick and choose what's important, to them at the time.
Yeah.
But, and these little small towns that you're talking about and not going to, I really hadn't thought about that, but, going through work life and, having a sticks and bricks and picking a vacation, people tend to pick the touristy things like the beach or the mountain area or something where there's
epic,
activities that they can go do as a family or something.
The epic places.
Yeah, not more relaxing. Got to get out and research it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we would just go to Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
I mean,
Like our travel cadence is a little different than some other people we've met. I mean, like, we still kind of do the same basic route planning as far as get a couple of big milestone events, get them on a map, and then build the rest of the trip or the rest of the year around that. And we do that, but we typically stay someplace at least a week, if not more. 3 weeks is kind of our sweet spot that we've been there long enough to figure out what we like and go back and do it again, but we don't feel like we're growing roots.
Mm-hmm.
It gives us time because Francis works Monday through Friday, so that way we travel typically 1 day a week on a Saturday, usually 3 hours or less, and kind of wherever that puts us, we'll stay for at least a week, if not 2 or 3 weeks. So we'll end up in some of those little towns for an extended period of time, and some of them we maybe wouldn't go back to again, but some of them have turned out to be really cool spots.
Well, and it's like some built-in rest time for us too, because we knew when we hit DC, it was going to be one thing after another.
Oh,
whether
yeah.
it was
Oh yeah.
museums or the Capitol tour
Or food.
A lot of our life revolves around food. We knew we were going to be probably doing something, every day of the weekend, every evening. And so having some of those smaller towns built in where there kind of is just less stuff to do, it just forces us to slow down and rest a little bit, because we found out pretty early on with this lifestyle that we could not keep up that pace of like changing locations every single week, because then you felt like every single day after work you had to go do something like to check out the area to
Yeah, there
make
was
the
never
most
any
of it.
downtime.
And
Yeah.
it's like some nights it's like I just want to watch Netflix. Like, I don't want to do anything.
Right. Kick back and put your feet up and relax.
Yeah, and you would get, I think, at that kind of pace, you would not necessarily get burnout, but you would just like start thinking to yourself, I don't know if I'm having this much fun. It's like it's work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just seemed like we started out that way, and we were just moving really fast, and it was like it seemed like like a job to just get out there, see as much as we could do, never have any downtime because we were missing something that we could be doing instead.
Yeah.
And luckily in the beginning, obviously it was all brand new and shiny and exciting, and that kept us going. But the moment we were able to kind of start refining how we planned all of our travel, that was the first thing we did.
Mm-hmm.
Was stay in places a little bit longer, intentionally pick some smaller towns in between your bigger cities just to be able to rest.
Yeah, that's cool. Had you guys done any RVing at all before you went full time?
No. This
Yeah.
is our first RV. We'd only tent camp before this.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that's interesting to hear you say that, because we always like to kind of ask people early on what their entry point was into adding an Airstream to their life, and we've been talking already about the full-time RV lifestyle the past
We
few
jumped
minutes.
right in, babe.
Yeah, well, I know we jumped right in, but like, it's having an Airstream behind you to do all these things we just talked about versus some other brand, box trailer or fifth wheel or whatever. Like you guys have an Airstream behind you. That's what we're here to kind of chat about some too. And like, what caused you? What was the motivation in life to say, "Hey, I want to get an Airstream"? And then obviously, what caused that transition to become full-time RVers too?
Yeah, so for us, it was actually it came about the opposite way. We decided we were going to be full-time RVers. We just didn't have an RV,
Yeah.
and had to figure out what we were going to get. So yeah, so we'd, like Francis is trying to start to say, we used to tent camp. We hadn't in a while, and we had started to talk more about it, deciding we wanted to get out some more, do some more camping. But then also realizing, being in Florida, camping in Florida gets kind of boring, and to get anywhere else from Florida is so long
Yeah, that's true.
that it could be a real challenge. And one thing led to another, and we finally ended up realizing we wanted an RV of some sort. We've got the two dogs with us, so that kind of led us down the path of getting something towable that we could leave behind if we couldn't take the dogs with us someplace. They could, sit in the AC and watch TV or whatever.
Your
And
dogs
we
watch
didn't want
TV?
to be big. Then we chopped out fifth wheels, and it left us with travel trailers. And we started looking around, and we went to the Florida RV Super Show and looked around there. Went to a couple of dealerships, and Airstream was our last stop.
And we walked through all these other RVs, and we're like, okay, yeah, I could see this. But you're also just kind of like not totally feeling it. And then we were living in Tampa at the time, and we went to the Airstream dealership, and we're like, well, let's just go see what this is about. Like, and all I know is like it's a cult or something. And so we get there, and Tony, our sales guy, he comes out and like, hey, can I help you guys find something? And I'm like, what's the big deal about these
Yeah.
things?
We're like, we know they're expensive, and we know it's like a cult.
And he's like, just step inside.
Yeah, he just opened the door to one and let us in.
Yeah.
And we went in, and it was like,
Yeah,
oh my God.
He didn't even come in with us. He just sat outside and waited.
Yeah.
Like, we were just instantly blown away by the windows was huge,
Mhm.
because having all the natural light, and then just the quality of the work. I mean, and I still go through other RVs, like when we go to the RV show and stuff like that, and I walk through other brands, and I tap on the walls, and I tap on the countertops, and everything's so thin, and it feels so chintzy, and it's gonna break. And just, the Airstream quality and craftsmanship is just,
Yeah, I mean, it sold us on it.
it sold
Yeah.
us instantly.
And you guys weren't really aware of Airstream or had ever been around one prior to that shopping process.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, we'd seen them on, TV, or come across them just generally, like,
Yeah.
like pop culture. I think,
Right.
plenty of commercials, trucks towing them and whatever, but no, never had any real experience with them.
Yeah, you probably saw them in those commercials and thought, man, they are really sexy.
Yeah, those things are cool, man.
They are cool.
Well, I'll say that Tampa Super Show was our clincher too, because we went there and was able to see that huge Airstream display at that show that year. That was in 2017. We could see everything in that one spot, and we never looked back at anything else after that.
Yeah.
It was
No,
hard
same.
to.
And that's the thing. It's like, I've still not seen another brand that does it the same way. And I mean, that's just talking about the trailer itself. That's not even talking about like the community of people and the club. But, just,
Yeah.
I can't imagine having anything other than an Airstream.
Right. Yeah,
We agree.
feel the same way for sure. And
Absolutely.
it is a totally different feel, look, aesthetic, I mean, the whole experience is different than
Mhm.
anything else in the industry that's a towable. I mean, there really is.
Oh yeah, and people are always like people who don't have Airstreams, they see us and they're like, "Aren't you sad that you don't have slides?" And one, I'm not because slides
She would
suck.
never put a slide out.
Slides can break so easy. I don't want them. And then also, like, people don't realize it till they come inside, like, how smart the area is designed. Like, you don't need the slides.
Right.
It still
Yeah.
feels spacious. There's still all of this
Very
storage.
usable space.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So which model did you guys go with?
So we originally ordered. So we went back that next week, and after looking the first time, and we put a deposit down on a 27-foot flying cloud with a hatch.
Okay.
And it was 2021, so it was before everything got really bad. So there was no used stuff on the lots, no real new inventory available, but the production schedules weren't too crazy. So that was June. We did that.
Yeah.
And they
Because
gave
we
us,
initially fell in love with the hatch.
Yeah.
Because we just could imagine ourselves sitting at the dinette and having the hatch open and backed up to like some beautiful area or whatever.
yeah, and then we imagined our dogs actually just jumping right through the screen and being gone.
Oh, no way.
So we ended up shortly thereafter
switching our order.
And we got thinking about it some more, realized we couldn't do the hatch. And if we were going to give up the hatch, wanted to feel like we were getting something for that money that we had already spent in our heads. And we ended up switching to a 25-foot Globetrotter.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
That's
nice.
what we ended up with. And what ended up working out really well for us was our original build date was supposed to be in November. When we called our sales guy to let him know what we were doing, we talked to Tony. It was a Friday afternoon. He's like, "Come down here. I've got one."
Like, what?
What?
We just took it we took it off a dealer in New York.
He said, "I have the exact rig you're talking about, a 25-foot Globetrotter
In
with
the
the
colors
color
we
you
want. Yeah,
want."
everything.
Nice.
It's like somebody else has backed out of their deal, and we have it.
So we
Wow.
got there, and they didn't have it.
Oh, no way.
It was in transit. It showed up on Monday, but
But-
we were able to walk through and look at other stuff. You know, like look at
Yeah.
25-footer in the wrong color, look at a 27-foot in the right color, and we're like, yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
So we switched our order to that one, like switched our deposit to that.
We got
And
it.
then the next week we came in to pick it up, and that's the same week that all the dealerships.
We were there when they got the
got-
first email saying that production was going to be.
Right.
They were going to be basically publishing a completely new production schedule because of all the delays they were experiencing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So November could have easily become.
we don't know.
We don't
Yeah.
even know.
So yeah,
Oh, so you
got
know.
it in August. Got it in August, and then we left in April, which we
So,
already had the date fixed.
so it sounds like your dogs actually made that happen for
Save
you.
the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
He did save the day.
Yeah.
I should thank him
Yep.
Your rambling
for being jerks.
rambunctious dogs, right? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you guys definitely made the best or got the best result out of that crazy time when all the production was long and weird. And
so what year model was the Globetrotter? What?
So we ended up with a 22.
Okay.
22
Globetrotter. Yeah.
We got in August,
We got in
of
August
21.
of 21.
Yeah. No, that's good.
That's
So
kind
we
of
still got. So when we've got the composite floors, we've got the 12-volt fridge. Weird though, and I've only seen like one or two other people I've come across like this. So we've got the 12-volt fridge, but we have the roof vent like the propane fridges get. We don't have the wall venting on the lower portion of the wall, but we do have it already in the ceiling. So I don't know if they already had ceiling panels cut and we just made the change or what it was, but it's
that's kind of cool.
It worked out.
Yeah, well,
whatever.
That's good. I mean, that being able to also like get one in the camping season prior to your year model is cool too. That's how we were. We got a 2018 in the summer of 2017. They couldn't guarantee when we ordered ours. They couldn't guarantee that that's what was going to happen. But when it came in, they put the next year model on it, which was awesome. So that's great. Yeah, and we love the Globetrotter trim as well. So that's
beautiful.
I'm sure it's great. Now, are you guys? We talk about this a lot on the Riveted with Chris and Gina, but are you guys a twin bed or a queen bed configuration?
We are a queen
Yay!
configuration.
There you go. How about that? Good job.
I mean, we've always enjoyed cuddling together. So, I did look at the twins for like a hot minute because it does provide a bit more storage inside, and it's the best way to get exterior storage.
Yeah.
Um, but then it was like, yeah, no, I want the queen. And
I keep thinking about it now because both dogs sleep with us. And if we had twins, I do have a feeling that both dogs would sleep with her and I would have an entire twin to myself.
you have more room,
I'd have more room,
but you don't.
but I don't.
Yeah.
I have, what is it, 150, 160 pounds worth of dogs?
Wow. Wow.
And an arguing queen.
Or 140 pounds, 90 pound and a 50-pound dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's cozy.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Well, that's good. I mean, it just gives you options, lots and lots of options.
I'm just very thankful that you said a queen bed. Otherwise, this was going to turn to a different conversation.
Well, we're going to talk about other things besides the beds.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. And it's neat too that you got it brand new. That's awesome.
Yes, and months earlier, because who knows what would have happened if they would have kept their other one.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is we already knew, we already had the date picked out when we needed to leave by, and we don't know if that would have happened.
Mhm.
The other nice part that we figured was that we'd get it a little bit early. That would give us time to actually use it before we moved out and started living in it, since we'd never had an RV before, and that really didn't work. I think we used it a total of 3 different trips for a total of about 5 or 6 nights
Wow.
total.
Yeah.
Before we left and just lived in it full time.
Sold our house and we're like all in.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I mean, you don't have to go into any juicy details or
No, we want you to
secrets.
go into juicy
but
details.
but like, is there anything about life prior to deciding to get the RV that like compelled you to go full time? Like, my Gina won't let me talk about it at length, but mine was HOAs and garbage trucks.
Yes, please don't.
Was it anything?
We've
kind of?
always stayed out of HOAs.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
we get along well.
No, not us either. But nothing that just like your life was like, man, we got to flip a switch. We got to do
We
something.
got to get out of the grind. Mhm.
Yeah.
We definitely had that happen. And I think to back it up a little bit further, like 7 years prior to that, we had sold our house that was in Tampa, like in the city, and had bought property to be able to start a farm. And so we bought 10 acres. We raised chicken, beef, and eggs for ourselves, and then sold it to our community and everything. And I mean, that was a huge endeavor for us to still have full-time jobs, but then have this like side hustle that was its own full-time job. And
Yeah.
it taught us a lot about resourcefulness and what we were capable of. And basically, like, if you put a plan together, you can make it happen. And so then in 2020, both of Billy's parents passed away, and not COVID related, and separately.
Yeah, like 7 months apart.
7 months
Right.
apart, but
Wow.
they passed away. Each of them passed away a couple years after retiring. And my dad had passed away years before that, but a couple years after retiring. And so we started to just have this mental like question of like, what are we doing? Like, we're
Mhm.
busting our butts at work. We never take time off to go do anything. And like, for what? Like,
Mhm.
so that we can go into retirement and hopefully feel good enough to like go do stuff. And that's if we even make it that long, like, you just never know what could happen. And so it just made us start to kind of reprioritize things. Of like, I always felt like we did plenty of stuff. It wasn't
Yeah,
like we were stuck in a bubble.
But it was a do it now instead of later
Yeah.
type of a thing.
And while we physically can, because that was the thing that we saw with both Billy's parents and my dad, was just, those last couple years, after retiring, before they passed away, were not easy, and they weren't able-bodied to necessarily
Yeah,
do
they're having some
stuff.
health issues.
Yeah.
It's like,
Mhm.
well, yeah. So yeah, why wait? We can
Why
do it.
wait?
The other thing that I just never thought of that I did just put together now is, so we lost parents shortly after retirement. So you had me retire.
That's
So just, clock, line the clock.
So now, how
my
long have you
gosh.
been retired, Bill?
He's on the clock.
Yeah.
So I could not do my job remotely. Francis had a remote job already prior to COVID. And so when we got thinking about this, we sat down with our financial advisor, talked with him, and figured out we could do it on one salary and, still have our savings, pretty well not touched and
Well,
sitting
because we
there.
know at some point, like, this isn't the end all be all, right? Like, we know at some point we're going to want to come off the road and we're going to want to buy a house again. And so, yeah, we managed to sell our house at a great time, but we also know we're going to have to turn back around and buy another house at some point.
Yeah. So anyways, I could not do my job remotely. So I retired like end of
Yeah.
February, beginning of March of 22, right before we hit the road.
Whenever I say he retired, I put it in like air quotes. Like, retiring sounds like you're never going to go back to work.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not currently working. But I do. So she does work like a Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. I take care of any of the maintenance on the rig, repairs on the rig or the truck, which we just did this week or last week. Grocery shopping, laundry, any of those like kind of like household domestic duties.
Yep.
I'll take care of while she's working, so that way when she's done,
We can do
we
whatever.
can do whatever we want. We don't have to like do. It's not like she's got to we work all day and then there's laundry to do or something. It's
Yeah.
done. We're just ready to go play.
That's cool.
And then every now and again, I guess maybe the Airstream Club will take up some of my time a little bit more now.
Yep.
For some reason, I have a feeling that is going to happen.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that, I mean, we've always been good at that. Whether it was the farm or anything we've done before that, we joke like we've got a 5 to 7 year attention span. So we did that with the farm. Now we'll do this until we don't want to.
Fun anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Go do something else.
Or till you've seen everything.
Yeah. Or
I don't know.
see that happening.
No, never.
I liked how he just described that, Gina, 5 to 7 year attention span on that thing. And Gina and I are kind of that way. I guess. I mean, we're in our 8th year here now with full-time RVing, but we in past lives, and because Gina and I have been together a long time, we've done kind of that time frame like you just described, different aspects of life, different interests, different things over a shorter period of time,
evolving into something else, or
But hopefully an Airstream will stay in your life that whole time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like it took us a little while to realize that like it's okay to have chapters to your life, right? Like you don't have to just keep doing the same thing. Like when I first told my mom that we were, considering selling our house and the farm and doing this, the first words out of her mouth, and she didn't mean anything by it, but she's like, "Oh, you're giving up on the farm?" And it's like, no, we did it. And we did really well at it and we enjoyed it and we learned a ton of stuff, but we can also choose to not do that anymore and choose to do something different.
Right.
Well, and that's just the older generations of folks think that you do the one thing and you do it your entire life.
Right. Yeah. Change is hard for them.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, and that was like when we decided to
even sell our house.
When we decided to sell our house and buy the land that we put the farm on. We joked. I mean, we did something that neither one of our parents had done. We sold a house.
Yeah, because they got married, bought a house, lived in it till the day they died.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just
we understand that.
Just the aspect of selling a house was different than them. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
It is a lifestyle that some people can't wrap their head around, but when you combine full-time RVing lifestyle with the Airstream lifestyle, I don't know what could get any better with this kind of, I mean, there's all kinds of enthusiast type of things or just, hobby type of things. But I mean, when you figure you're living in the best quality travel trailer ever built and you're full-time RVing, traveling the country and have the ability to just make that your life. I mean, it's pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And then you've got a community surrounding you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just that's the piece that, we didn't know any of that getting into it, was that there was this whole community. And I'm thankful that we did find it, because I will say that I think it's made living on the road full time that much easier, because by going to, the rallies, it's like you meet people each time. You get to catch up with all of your friends that you've met before. Go visit them at either their house, or your
Or you
travels cross
cross paths, yeah.
paths, and it's
Mhm.
like being able to have that community while you're on the road full time is so nice, because we knew when we left home that we would not see friends and family for an extended period of time. And we get along really well together and can entertain ourselves, but like you need that social connection too, right? And so just having the club, and even if you're not part of the club, even just having an Airstream, because it's
Yeah,
like it's kind of a given. If you have an Airstream, like you
you're
can just
gonna
walk up to
teach
somebody else with an Airstream.
That's right.
every day.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, Chris, it sounds like they not only bought an Airstream, but they drank the Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we didn't know about like all the club had to offer, but we knew the club existed. And we joke like we're joiners anyway. So I mean, so we joined the club the night we took delivery of the Airstream. So
Fantastic.
we camped in Airstream at Tampa's parking lot that first night. And while we were there, I put the rock tamers on the truck and came inside with the laptop and joined the club. Yeah,
That's
parking lot.
wonderful.
I know one of the local clubs reached out to us to say, "Hey, we've got a Christmas rally coming up. You guys should come." And we're like, "Okay, sure. Like, we need to do a shakedown trip anyway.
Mhm.
It's close by." And we did that. And, I'll never forget the first night, they have everybody kind of sitting around in a circle and introduce themselves. And, we basically said we were going to be full timing. And I fully expected like people to just roll their eyes at
Yeah.
us, or just like, what are these kids doing? And
Yeah.
like they were all so welcoming, so excited for us. And like, I mean, we're still friends with so many of
Well,
them.
we're
And
still we're still in that club.
we're still in that club, but it's like,
Technically, for a couple more days, I'm the first vice president of
Yeah.
the Florida
Yeah.
Suncoast Club.
but
And then you'll have
129.
it just I love the club, and I love that it's all generations too. And
Yeah.
it's people from all walks of life, people that you wouldn't necessarily have met had you stayed kind of in your bubble.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's right.
And it's interesting to hear you say that, because we've got an episode coming out the week that we're recording this with you guys. This most current episode coming is a gentleman we met in 2019 that is a one of a kind man, and I'll just leave it at that right now. But
I know who you're talking about, and I would agree.
yeah, we would have just never met him had we not had an Airstream in our life.
Right.
And he was already 30 plus years in the club when we met him, and it's just a neat way to know that you can have people in your life that you didn't expect because of just buying an Airstream.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the you're several years now in the Airstream, and you obviously are kind of routing different regions of the country on your travels and so forth. But like, what's your top 3 or top 5
Good question.
best kind of either locations or experiences thus far?
We laugh because like the first one will be the one that we always lead with, which is not necessarily our favorite, but it is one of our favorites, and it was definitely one of the most shocking, and that's Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh.
And we ended up there pretty early on in our travels, and we ended up there kind of by accident. We weren't planning to go there, but we had a friend who was going to be in town doing
An Ironman.
an Ironman,
Mm-hmm.
and we were not going to be that far away. So we figured, well, I mean, we're this close, we might as well. So we changed some plans around, and we went and we spent a couple of weeks in Des Moines, kind of on a whim, and really enjoyed it there.
Nice.
Ton of green space, and I think that's something we found too, is we like towns that either have a lot of green space and just a lot of outdoors activities, even if they have like a really horrible winter.
Yeah.
It seems to make everybody really want to be out in the summer a lot more.
Yep.
Or we found like we like college towns that aren't super college towny, if that makes
Like
sense. Like
not like
Yeah.
Notre Dame,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
not like South Bend,
or not like Gainesville, like
Yeah.
with University of Florida, but like Madison, Wisconsin was another one that we really enjoy the town. It has a college there, so it does
Yeah.
give it a certain feel, but it's not the only it's not like the only draw for the town.
Right.
And we've been to some other towns with colleges as well, that enough that we've started to realize like that's another
it's
thing
kind of a
we just
trend. Like I
Yeah.
think
Mhm.
just by having a university there, you've got more museums. You kind of have this natural flow of people in and out of the city.
Usually good restaurants,
Usually good
coffee
restaurants, yeah.
shops, things like that.
That's
But yeah,
cool.
so Des Moines, Iowa is at the top. It's at the top of the list.
That could be a pro.
Traverse
That could be a pro tip. If you think about it, like from a travel perspective, is if there's something to having some of these college towns as better places than others for foodies or coffee shop,
Mhm.
whatever. I mean, that's
Right.
awesome.
I wouldn't have thought about that.
No,
Yeah.
me either.
Yeah, but you interrupted her.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh no, I mean, I could keep talking about food and coffee, but Traverse City, Michigan is also on my list.
Oh yeah.
Rapid City,
South
South
Dakota.
Dakota, Sheridan, Wyoming.
Yeah.
So she likes a lot of really cold places.
It sounds like it.
and she's never really been cold before.
Yeah,
I think finally by her 30s,
I'd seen snow.
she saw snow for the first time when she was like 21,
Wow.
but it wasn't even sticking. We were camping. We were camping up in northern Alabama, and we got just like a freak storm came, and we got like a little dusting of snow. So she saw that when she was in her 20s, but then like I think finally in her 30s, we went to New York, and she actually saw like legitimate snow, but not bad snow. And then
I'm
she's
like,
like,
"I can
then
do
she's like, yeah,
this."
in Sheridan, Wyoming, and she's like, oh, I love it here. And
Yeah.
people are like, oh, we get 16 feet of snow in downtown.
Right.
I'm
in the
like,
winter.
I'll find a winter
I'm like,
sport to do. I don't know.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
die. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
do that with your next husband, because I don't want to do that.
It's so messed up. Actually, I say that to
Yeah.
people, like,
In many ways, yeah.
do that with your next husband.
Yeah. Well, that's
like,
what I tell you
not
too,
winter.
because I do not want to be in that cold.
Yeah. Well,
and I don't know it.
yeah.
I just know Florida is so miserably hot. It's almost just the opposite. It's like in the summer.
Yeah, but we were in Minneapolis
Well, yeah, that's
last
true.
year in the middle, and like we were walking around downtown Minneapolis, and she'd never been there in the winter before, which I have been, and I'm like, look, they have above ground enclosed sidewalks,
Yes.
so like, you don't die in the winter.
Right.
The feels like was 108 degrees like one of the days when we were there. I'm like, there's no business they should get that cold and get that hot.
Right.
Well,
in the
and
same
and the thing is about you being from Florida and the heat, you can still walk around and go eat and go shopping and drive somewhere and go swimming or whatever. You can still function in that 16 foot of snow, and like, for instance, let's use Rapid City, South Dakota. So my sister lived there. And I would talk to her on the phone and she'd say, we can't go out of the house or we will freeze just walking to the car. Like would they say stay inside?
Well, and the
Yes.
thing that was
I won't freeze.
yeah, it was part of their evening weather forecast locally in that area
Yes.
was the weather also included your pet forecast for letting the dogs outside
Yes.
or whatever. Like you could not let your animals outside at a certain degree and weird stuff like that. It was in Rapid City.
Yeah. She'd
But-
say,
All those things that I have not considered.
Yeah.
yeah.
But now we don't want to like rain on your parade or anything.
Oh, no,
If
you should totally
if
go
you-
camp in that.
If you like Rapid City, then you like Rapid City.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um
Go
Rapid City
somewhere
and-
around January 10th, January 15th, something like that.
yeah.
We're just teasing.
Great spot during the summer. Lots of green space again. Lots of
Yeah.
outdoor activity.
Yeah. We love the Jackson Hole wild.
Oh, yes, we
And
do.
We've gone in the summer and we've gone in the fall and late fall.
We tried to stay until the first full snow,
Yeah.
but
But we didn't make it.
it.
But we would love to figure out. I mean, if there was a way we could spend a winter out there, we would sure love to try. in the Airstream, and it would be tough to pull off, I think. But we would try to battle a winner in Jackson Hole.
I
for
think
sure.
it'd be too hard.
Not Heber City,
Utah.
Oh
just
yes.
City. There's was the really nice RV park there, Mountain
something.
Mountain
RV
something.
Resort.
They're open year round.
They're open year round, and
They'll put you there.
they plow all the sites and all the roads.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Around there.
Yeah, we know where
And
that is. We know where that campsite or campground is. We haven't stayed there. We stayed on the other side of town, going out towards Park City at the mountain. What was the state park?
It's the state park on the lake there.
Yeah.
On the lake. I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah, because we stayed there. We stayed at that one RV park for like
3 weeks.
a while before international.
Before Rock Springs.
Oh yes, yes. Mm-hmm. But now I went to school out in Salt Lake City, and Park City was kind of my playground up there and stuff. We loved that. Yes.
So it sounds like I'm not trying to change the subject, but it just popped into my head. But so it sounds like from a timing perspective, you've gone to almost every international rally since you've owned an Airstream, right?
We missed Maine, Freiburg because we were we went out west first, just because we figured we're gonna do it. Let's go big, and we'll just head west. And we spent like 4 months driving the Pacific Coast Highway.
Oh, okay, cool.
From north to south, from Olympia, Washington, down to San Diego. So we missed Freiburg that first year, but we've been to the other two since. So was it Rock Springs and Sedalia last year?
So we went to the one in Rock Springs, had so much fun that then once we realized that the international rally rotates where it's at in the country, we figured, well, like we want to do this again. Why don't we just kind of plan our travels around this? Because we knew we wanted to kind of do one region a year, like, go north in the summer and then head back down in the wintertime. And so it's like, all right, well, Sedalia's in Missouri, so why don't we just do the Midwest that year?
Yeah. So basically, Airstream Club breaks the country kind of into like 3 sections, like left, right, middle, and they rotate where the rally is every year between the 3. So that's kind of what we've just decided to do, because what was going to happen is we were going to be on the East Coast when the rally was in Missouri last year.
Yep.
And then we were going to be on like the Midwest when it was going to be on the East Coast this year. And we're like, well, we'll switch our plans. Easier to switch our plans than asking.
Well, because we didn't
ask the club to switch.
We didn't have any plans. I mean, that was the thing. Was it's like,
we don't have anywhere to be.
We don't have anywhere to be.
Yeah. Well, that's true. But I think, here's the thing. Bill, you have an inside track now to be able to selfishly adjust the international location or schedule around your guys' travel. Yeah. So
I'm not on the rally planning committee. Those folks do crazy work. Debbie Wood and her team, Bob and Wayne and all them, they go out. They do crazy stuff to get those rallies off the ground.
Yeah, I bet so. That's cool. Well, you
guys are going to be at Clark, right?
We are. Yes.
Oh yeah.
This will actually be our first one because we have been out west almost the whole time, and then when we were east and it was east, we had other things going on. So
well, and it was kind of like you're talking about, we don't really make a whole lot of plans, but like we were just kind of winging it. But it always seemed like we were in a part of the country that was the exact opposite of where international was that year. So we got out of sync.
But we made it on purpose this year.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yes.
We did.
Once we started the podcast and started talking to people, and they're like, well, are you going? And we kept going, well, we don't know. And after you're asked that several times, you're like, okay, I guess we're going.
Well, and it's like, well, we'll decide.
We're going to make it.
We'll decide eventually, but then it's like, well, the dang thing's going to sell out, or just whatever.
And it's so hard for us to plan. So
but
we are this year. We planned it.
We will be there.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good time. Mm-hmm. We have a blast.
We're looking forward to it, and
it'll be fun.
We've been through,
and we jumped into volunteering for things there too. So
not quite at the level of volunteering you're doing, Bill, but
no, just little things.
He's also he runs the tables and chairs committee too. So.
I got voluntold into that position last year. We're doing it again this year. It's fun. it's a good
Yeah.
time, and get there early. We'll get everything set up for you guys, and
That's cool.
That's great.
Do some manual.
yeah, and actually, yeah. So like, yeah, you had Cage and Mile on recently, and
Yep.
they're gonna be right there helping set up some tables and chairs.
Oh, perfect.
That's
And then,
awesome.
Yeah.
and then Francis is the chair of the photography committee.
Oh,
So
neat.
Just documenting it.
we'll be running around taking photos with
Yeah.
a handful of other people.
You guys you do have like a passion for photography, right? I mean, or is that actually like a profession? I mean, what I don't really know specifically, but I know on your socials you spend a lot of effort on your photography, right?
Yeah, it's an expensive hobby. I wish that I could get paid to do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We do love it. Like, I've always loved doing photography since I was a kid. And then, you start going to all these places and seeing all these things. And of course, you want to document it with pictures, and it just gave us more of a reason to,
Buy more stuff.
yeah, to buy more equipment, but also like learn different skills. Like the way you take pictures of waterfalls is different than the way you would take pictures of people or, architecture, stuff like that. And so it's a fun hobby for us.
That's
Well,
But
that's
yeah, if I
great.
could make it professional, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting when I saw your comments on about and some of the pictures you took about seeing a lot of the monuments and so forth in Washington D.C. at nighttime, and
Yeah.
how much how they look different, how much pretty, I mean, prettier, if you can call it that, but like just they're different looking, and you were able to capture a different aspect of it at night, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, it's almost like a little more impactful in some ways. It's just like, or like like some of them, like like the Jefferson, like they just like look more like
Regal.
monumental.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I bet.
but
So.
yeah, it was neat. Yeah,
But
it
yeah,
was neat
it's
to
almost
see.
like some of them are really meant to be seen at night.
Yeah.
Just because it helps.
You get like that uplighting and
Yeah.
shadows, and it's cool. Yeah, and the rain, definitely added a touch.
Yep. So that back to your West Coast trip a second, the Pacific Coast Highway and everything. That I mean, Gina and I were blown away when we were in Western Washington and Oregon and Northern California and stuff. I mean, it being East Coasters, that was
Totally
just
different.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah.
What time of year
that
was
a
that?
nice way to do it. So we did it.
We started in
We
August.
started in August, and we made it into. We stopped a month over Christmas and New Year's in Malibu. So that was
Nice.
our we booked that when I had when I was gainfully employed before we actually hit the road. We knew we were going to do Christmas and New Year's in Malibu. So we basically went from August
Starting up in Olympia, Washington.
to December in Malibu, stayed there a month, and then went down to San Diego for another month.
Wow.
Great.
So drove the 101 and the 1 the whole way down, and just stayed in.
And I mean, we lucked out. And again, I think it's better sometimes, like, better to be lucky than good. We had no weather delays or road closures
from slides
or anything
That's
on
awesome.
our entire trip. By the time we made it into Malibu, they started to have some closures, and they had a big slide up outside of Big Sur that closed the road, but we already made it past there.
Yeah.
So
We were out in that area then.
Yep. That's great. And
We wanted to go up towards Big Sur, and they had just had a slide. The second slide, they had one when we were out there in, what was that, 17?
Yeah.
And then we thought, okay, so they've got that fixed. We'll go out there. And let's see, this must have been in 22, maybe. Was it 21? 21 or 22.
22.
Yeah. And we were headed up to Big Sur. We were down in San Diego, and we were headed up to Big Sur. They had a slide, so we didn't get to go.
Yep.
Yeah, so we probably crossed paths because we were headed down to San Diego about the same time.
Okay, cool.
But I love Big Sur. Like, it's so beautiful out there.
Yeah. It's just a part of the country that you got to lay eyes on, because it is it's so different from the East Coast.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was wanting to go
Yeah.
to Esalen, so that's where I was wanting to head.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And we got some friends that live in the San Diego area, so we've been out and visited them numerous times and toured all through there. And in the wintertime, or I guess late fall, winter, whatever, we spent a lot of time in southern Arizona, southern Nevada, southern California, and like we would just go over and hang out with them for a little bit on the coast, and we'd jump back into the desert and boondock for a while, and just kind of tool around that way, and it's awesome out there.
Yeah, we loved our time in San Diego. It has amazing food. We ate a ton.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we did the same thing. Like then we went out into the desert for a little bit.
Needles, California to regroup for a little bit.
Rest and save money.
Yeah.
Did you happen to go out to Borrego Springs?
No.
We were able to go out there a couple years ago during the super bloom in the desert.
Yeah.
And that was beautiful.
Yeah, that was spring, like
different perspective of the desert.
March time frame. Yeah, it's Borrego's outside of Palm Springs a little ways, and kind of but it's gorgeous. It's over the top. Yeah. And
beautiful.
Well, we'll add that to the list because we're going to be back out that way with the next two rallies being like in Minot and then
back at
Rock Springs. Like we'll be out west.
Oh, is that what it's so?
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
After Minot, they're going back to Rock Springs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they ended up like the club ended up signing like a 2-year deal, or a deal to do 2 rallies over a certain amount of time, because the Sweetwater Convention Center there put in so much of an expense, I guess, on infrastructure with some new plumbing, some new sites.
I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
I mean, that place, it can hold easily over 1,000 rigs with full hookups.
Sure. Yeah.
Are we talking about Rock Springs?
Yeah, Rock Springs.
Yeah.
Rock Springs.
We went out there and stayed, just us. I think there was one other camper in the whole
we were just
place, wasn't it?
Just passing through and stayed there for a night or two.
I think that was in 18 or 19.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Not 19.
19. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I didn't know that that they were going to be out there 2 years from now. And
well, that's good. Oh, absolutely, because I'm ready to get back west.
For sure.
I've been on the East Coast too long.
Yep.
What, St. George again? Because you like St. George, Utah. It's another favorite spot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, now the guy that is going to be on Thursday is in Ivins. I always say it wrong.
Yeah.
It's in Ivins, which is St. George, Utah.
Yeah, suburb of St. George. That's a gorgeous area through there too.
Yeah.
We stayed out there for like a month
and I heard it doesn't get a lot of snow. So
that one was a little bit more mild.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, it is mild. Yes.
Yep. That place gets
hot.
Oppressively hot in the summer then. Yeah.
We were there for some of that.
Yeah.
But it did cool down at night, and it was cool in the shade.
Yeah.
So,
that's cool.
Something you don't get with Florida humidity.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So Bill, what compelled you to volunteer for that level of leadership in the club? Was there anything specific that made you say, now's the time, or I want to because of, or anything like that?
So I mean, nothing specific. I joked earlier, like we're joiners. I grew up with both my parents always volunteering to get involved with any number of things as I was growing up, or in different organizations they got involved with, and we've kind of just been the same way. As we get involved, as we get involved with a new thing, we will get involved in a new thing, and whether that's some sort of a leadership role or whatever. And I'm currently, like I said, the first vice president of the Florida Suncoast Club, and as of December was going to be on track to be installed as president there, and enjoy that. But at the same time, being on the road full time and spending the least amount of our time back in Florida, it seemed like doing something at the international level made a little bit more sense.
Yeah, that's cool.
Since we're out and about more, and as we traveled more and talked with more people from the club, and met people at different levels of leadership or different level of involvement in the club, it kind of just started to make sense that way. So I was kind of thinking about it, and then when I hadn't even kept track of the election cycle. And then as the upcoming election started to get talked about, it started to make me think about it more and decide why not.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, he's retired. He's got time.
Yeah, yeah. Now what kind of campaign budget did you have, or like what was the donations like for funding your campaign? What was that?
I will say we had a lot of fun with it at
Region 3
at the
rally.
Region 3 rally.
We had a slogan going.
With some people, with some other people at the Region 3 rally, because that was shortly after like candidacies got announced. And sitting around with friends at the rally, we came up with some funny campaign ideas and slogans and whatnot
Oh, let's hear
that
them.
didn't actually get out there.
Oh,
but
well,
maybe I'll show you some of those at International.
would that if those slogans got out there, would they have affected the results of the election, you think? Like were they good slogans, or
maybe some of the pictures.
Yeah. No, I think slogans were fine.
Slogans were safe. Pictures may have had an effect.
Oh,
that's cool.
see, Chris, we're going to have to go to video on this because I'm telling you, we need to start getting this kind of stuff.
Yeah, that is
I would
true.
love to see those pictures.
Yep, that's good.
Mhm.
Well, we
The way they're cracking up about it, they've got to be really dicey.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So after International, you guys, what do y'all have planned?
So immediately after International, we're actually going to bounce over from York over to Hershey, because a couple of weeks later is the Hershey RV show, and we're going to have a ACI club booth in the Airstream booth there at the show.
That's
kind of
cool.
talking about the Explorer program. We've done it the last 2 years in Tampa, and it's been really well received, and seems to be a benefit, enough of a benefit that they decided to do it again in Hershey. And so we're going to be heading that up, and we've got some people from Region 2 that are going to be coming in and help staff in the booth.
That-
And,
But it's fun because it's like you get to meet potential buyers who hopefully end up buying an Airstream, but then you've got people who come by the Airstream booth because they already have an Airstream and for whatever reason didn't know about the club.
yeah.
Or you've got plenty of people who come by that are in the club, and then
Just
it's
to say
just
hi.
like a big party.
Well, yeah, for sure. Well, and it just me hearing that just makes me think immediately how much improvement has come over the past several years with the dealers and the club, I guess, because I mean, I guess in years past, and it could have been many years past, there was the dealers weren't necessarily supporting the club or vice versa, and for you to be in one, I assume it's Colonial's booth, right? So you're gonna, yeah,
Mhm.
so you're gonna have one of the biggest booths, at the show, and that's really really exciting to hear.
Mhm. That is exciting.
Yeah, there's been a lot of good like talk and communication and partnering between Airstream Inc. and the Airstream Club over the last couple of years, and even down to the Explorer program coming out a couple of years ago with Airstream funding the first year of membership for new
Yep.
RV owners.
Mhm.
And that's kind of what got us there, was to talk about that, because the dealers knew it existed but weren't necessarily the best ones to talk about it. So
Yep.
have a couple of club members there, kind of gives us a chance to talk to people, gives the dealers a chance to take a breather from somebody if they're waiting on paperwork to go through or whatever. They can
Yeah.
have them come talk to us. And
I think
And
it's
I
a
mean,
great idea.
It's the owners that help sell the brand
Yeah.
too,
Oh, yeah.
so it's like having a bunch of happy Airstream owners standing around
Mhm.
talking and having fun. Pretty good sell.
Yes,
it looks good.
absolutely.
That is awesome. Yep.
Well, I mean, I feel like we're all Airstream salespeople everywhere. Every time we go camp somewhere, and you go to the service station, and there's people lining up. Just what's this? Talk to us about this. Go to the campground. We're all salespeople, don't you think?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's
And naturally, like we all do it naturally.
and especially these urban rallies.
Oh,
They're so
yes.
fun going to these urban rallies and parking on the streets, and having the community.
Yeah, we're doing another one of those in October in Cumberland Gap, Tennessee. We did it a couple years ago, and we'll be back again this year. It's a
Mhm.
blast.
Yeah,
That'll be great.
that sounds cool. We love those kind of rallies.
Those are some of our favorite.
Probably our most favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The ones we've been to have been awesome.
Well, and you always get to explore the towns that you're in, and we have met some of the coolest people in these towns.
Yeah.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Love it.
That's awesome. Well, we've been chatting it up now over an hour. I say that every
It goes
episode.
so fast.
Why do I say that every episode?
I don't know, honey. There's a lot of things you say every episode.
Well, I'm not trying to be repetitive, but it just always seems to happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, it just goes to show that once you start talking and you're having a good time, you just don't think about how long you're doing that.
Yeah, we can't thank you guys enough, and so excited to meet you in person in a few short weeks. And as always, congratulations on the victory. Was it a victory? I mean, it's not
on
really
the election. Just
victory.
say on the election.
Yeah, I guess victory is not the best way to put it, because that means there was a loser.
Well, it's not that people lose; it's just not their time yet.
But Gina, man, you are perfect on that. That is so like smooth. That is a great way to smooth over what I just said.
Oh, it is. Will you say that out loud one more time, though? I'm what, honey? What did you call me?
That was perfect.
Oh, thank you.
That was amazing.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you guys for having us too. It's been awesome
You're
talking
welcome.
to you guys, and
Yeah.
we can't wait to meet you guys in person finally.
Yeah.
I hope you had a good time. We did.
Yep. Time flies when you're having fun.
We love hearing people's stories.
Yep. Okay, well, safe travels to you. Stay cool as best you can, and we'll see you in a few weeks up in York, okay?
It'll be here before we know it.
All right, see you down the road.
Thanks, you guys. See you down the road.
Hey, Gina, do you think that I could be cool and volunteer for the executive council like Bill?
I think you should absolutely attempt to do that. Yes.
I volunteered for the HOA, and I didn't get picked. They didn't pick me.
They didn't.
No,
but then they called you back.
Well, yeah, that's right. Well,
and they said, "Hey, we want you." And at that point, what did you say?
I said, "Take this HOA and shove it."
You said, "We're hitting the road.
We're hitting the road.
We're hitting the road." Yeah.
Everybody hit the road. Just do it.
Get out there, everybody.
Okay.
We'll see you.
Thanks so much, and we'll see you down the road on the next one. All right, everybody. Have a good one.